Hello everybody, it's Shannon Bengford with the Fellowship Music Arts Academy. I just wanted to make a video just explaining some of the changes, but for those of you maybe who haven't seen our space here in Tigard or met me, I wanted to talk a little bit about our goals and our vision first, just so you know sort of where we're coming from, right? So I want to share our why. Why am I building this music academy, and why are maybe we making some of these switches that are coming up here? So first I wanted to answer what is our goal, what is our vision? Our goal, in short, has been to create a program where students and families and instructors can minister to communities through performance arts. Our motto has always been ministering to communities through performance arts. So how do we accomplish that? So now I'm going to answer the how, right? We do this by developing and growing the artistic skills that will enrich students' lives while having an impact on families and communities through fellowship and performances. So this is leading us to create a program that encourages both ensemble learning, playing in ensemble, playing together with other musicians, creating art with other musicians, and then also performance experiences. So throughout my experiences, our experiences growing up, my wife and I's both, as we've learned music and art, a majority of accredited programs, like high schools and colleges, require participation in an ensemble. So for me, it was a big deal when I took those private piano lesson skills and took them into when I joined the jazz band, for example, in high school, and a choir and things like that. So we know a lot of people, and even a lot of our target audience, maybe they're chartered schools or homeschooled kids, don't even have that opportunity. So we're just sort of trying to cultivate that within our program. So that's how we're going to sort of try to make that possible. Now, why? What's our why? Well, for us, and for me personally, it's more than just having fun while learning to play an instrument or paint or draw. It's blessing people through music and art and fellowship while bringing praise to the Lord in that process. It's not about being a superstar. It is not about being the best. It's not about being perfect. It's about blessing others and giving God all the glory. So we want to grow those skills and use them to serve the Lord. All right, for the past 13 or 14 months, I've been doing research. I joined this group called the BAM Squad, which stands for Build a Music School. And there's all sorts of training and coaching calls and meetings and things I've been doing every month to just learn what other schools are doing. These are big schools too. These are schools with 300, 700 students. The founder built up a school in New Zealand of 2,000 students. So I've been just trying to glean and learn, what they do differently, what other services they offer. And one of the things I came across, by the way, these are schools all over the country, USA, Canada, Europe, and things like that. So in fact, one of them was just down the road here. Actually, one of these coaches built one of the schools right here in the Portland area. So one of the things I picked up from them is a lot of these schools that offer band programs and group lesson programs like we do now. They started operating on something called an annual calendar, where they just sort of pre-schedule out the entire school year, a 9 or 10 month calendar. Some it's 11 months because in other countries they take off just like 1 month. So we're going to do a 9-month calendar this year, starting on August 26th. And the annual calendar model sort of works like this. It's not just private lessons every week and then we skip holidays. It's a combination of private lessons and group activities. So some of those group activities, we'll go through the list of them, but could be special group classes, and it could be band jams. It could be a week where we just go our performance week, like recital week and things like that. So it's called the annual calendar, and our goal was to sort of create a program for us to try and have some of our clients try this time. That's sort of a hybrid model for a flat monthly fee, which would include access to a mixture of private lessons, group lessons, some special group classes, band jam sessions, even theme band jam sessions, our new art classes. We are going to be offering art classes here in Tigard, and tons of workshops that are both going to be possible for people to come into in person and online. And this is going to roll for 9 months, and we'll be teaching 35 out of 40 weeks, starting August 26th. All right, the way that we're going to launch this annual calendar plan is we're going to operate the whole school year on a 4-week rolling schedule. And it's not going to be four sessions per month or anything like that. It's just going to keep rolling every 4 weeks. So the first week of the rolling 4 weeks session starting August 26th, will be private lessons or group lessons. The second week will be kind of a mix. It depends on what level you're at, or if you're in group lessons versus private lessons. So some of my private students will not meet me that week, but instead they'll come to a group activity that I'm leading, which could be a special group class, it could be a band jam. And then on the third week, we go back to private lessons and group lessons, right? Also in the second week, there's group lessons, by the way. So if you're in group piano or group guitar, you're actually going to meet 3 weeks in a row. And then the fourth week, there'll be none of that. We'll have a ton of workshops and fun classes that you can choose each month to enroll in, which would include special group classes and workshops. So we'll explain a little bit more about that later here. So and then it just rinses and repeats. So technically, somewhere towards the end of September, we would restart that over. And then whenever we get to a holiday, like November will be when we hit Thanksgiving week, we'll be open on Monday, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that stuff just gets skipped. Whatever week was there. If we were on week 2, when we come back in session after Thanksgiving, we're right on whatever week 3 is, which is private lessons and group lessons. So it seems confusing, but it's all pre-scheduled out in our Google Calendar. We'll send it out every month in a newsletter, and it'll also be all online, available for everybody too. So this hybrid model approach, which would be super well-rounded education and fun, is going to run 35 out of 40 weeks for the whole school year, right? But we're going to divide the school year up like we always have into 2 semesters. But this year, it's going to be 5 months in a week and then 4 months. So we're going to start August 26th and run through January and have a trial period to try out this new annual calendar approach. And then in February, we'll make some adjustments as needed, but we're going to run it for 4 months. So the cost for the program in February to May, 4 months, is actually going to be less than running it from here through the first semester, because there's less private lessons in that session. So it's like a combination of private and group. We have one flat fee. So that's kind of how it's going to work. All right, I'm really excited to launch this and just start all these different awesome group classes and workshops. So let me just explain the list of group activity options. If you enroll and you try one of these new plans, these are going to be weekly plans now. You're either going to be in a 2-in-2 plan or a 3-in-1 plan. I'll explain that. But 2 privates, 2 group activities, or 3 lessons, private or group lessons, and a group activity. It just depends on your level and which plan you sign up for. But what are these group activities that you can do? What's going to happen every 4th week, for example, on workshop week, right? So there's a bunch of different things. One, even on week 2 or 4, you can drop into a group piano class and get some experience learning a song and playing together with a bunch of kids. You could we have group guitar, group piano, group voice, right? Those are going to be going on 3 times a month. So if you're on a 2-in-2 plan, you can drop into those group piano classes. So you can take some private, some group. Also, you could attend any of our open band jams. We're going to launch another open band jam time slot that's during the day that might be more suitable for some of the homeschooled families. And then we're going to do once a month a themed band jam, which will be really fun, where we meet for probably 60 or 90 minutes and play through just music by Hillsong Worship. We might do a Newsboys one, a Switchfoot band jam, Perry Grip, might do a Beatles band jam, we might do a Disney musical band jam, right? So each month there's going to be a different themed band jam. We're also going to have special group classes going on probably twice a month in the 2nd and 4th weeks that you can drop into. A rad rhythm class. Everybody needs rhythm training, so we're going to have fun rhythm training going on where we practice rhythms on our individual instruments, but we might do bucket drumming and things like that. A music theory class. We're going to have 2 levels of music theory classes running every other week. We're going to have a little singers class for kids that are sort of probably ages 9 and under, where we just get together and sing. Or really, it could be anybody. We'll have a voice class going on too for all ages. There's going to be composition classes, and I'm even going to do themed ones where maybe we focus on trying what it would be like to write music for video games or movies. We're going to have a ukulele jam class, right? All these things are going to be going on throughout each month, and you can take that credit from paying for your weekly sessions to sign up for one of these. For people that are farther away, I'm going to do a few online classes where I teach music theory. I'm thinking about doing a series called Learn a Worship Song, where I just show exactly how to play the worship song on piano and guitar and teach a song and a new exercise. So kind of like having a lesson online with me. Also, we're going to do some improvisation classes and sort of scale and improv classes online. What else? And then, the community performances. We want to encourage kids to perform or come out and at least watch us perform. So we're gonna, instead of just doing it twice a year, we're gonna do it 6 times a year. So on those every fourth week in that rotation, you can opt to attend a workshop, or you can choose to sign up for one of our community performances, and then we'll get you on the program to go and play. And those are going to be at churches or senior homes. Okay, so because we're changing format, we're going to update our makeup policy now. So our new makeup policy is going to be, if you have to cancel a private lesson, these are client cancellations, or if you miss one of your group classes, you'll automatically be given a credit, and we're going to call these super credits, because those super credits are good for you to self-book into any of the group activities I just explained prior to this. So we're going to allow up to 3 super credits a term. So that's 3 misses, you get 3 credits. They might even be rolling credits, but they'll be good for up to 60 days for you to book into any of the group piano, guitar, voice classes, any of the special classes, any of the open jams, any of my wife's art classes that are going on here, any of the online sections, right? So you'll get to make it up. Oh, they're also good for signing up for our community performances. In growing this program to the new annual program, our private lessons are going to go up every year, just with inflation, 4 to 5%, unless we get a year where we're super blessed and there's not a lot of inflation. Let's say 3 to 5%. So whatever you were paying last term for your private lessons, if you stay on those, it's going to be a little bit higher. We're also going to build in a recital fee into that monthly cost. That is if you don't try our new weekly plans, which is totally optional. If you want to stay on just an every other week private or group plan, you can do that, because we're encouraging people to sort of try this new program that meets weekly if they can swing it, and we want your feedback on it, right? But if you stay on those plans, then we're going to add $5 to $7 a month in a fee that is throughout the course of the year, so you can have 2 recital opportunities. And so it's a big part of our why is getting people comfortable with playing and blessing people in the community, ministering to the community through performance arts. We're going to build that in. Now, if you do try one of our new plans, it's already built into the cost, because every 4th week on those workshop weeks are also community performance weeks. So, well, it won't be every month, but it'll be 6 times a year that you can opt to go and perform if you're ready. And it's I know what some parents are thinking. They're thinking like, my kids, historically they grow up, they don't want, they're scared, they hate, they're too shy, they don't want to perform. Well, that's not been my experience here with this. The truth is, with the way that we've taught, 75% of kids that go and play, especially if they're playing for people, in just a more of a relaxed, less conservatory type recital atmosphere, really take to enjoying it, and they almost have a hard time choosing which songs to play. So we want to give those kind of students, as they grow and get more skilled, more opportunity to play in the community. So now we're building that into the price, but we're going to also eliminate our annual membership fee that we've charged ever since I started this academy every February. So we're just going to take that out. We're just going to roll it into these plans, but only for people that are doing private lessons. It's already built into sort of our new weekly plans. Lastly, I need to talk about the new programs that we've started and we've been piloting programs for the last 3 years. Group lessons, our band program with open jams, and our student band. We actually have 2 student bands that are running now. One with our light group, which is learning in godly homes together, right? Our light group, and then our fellowship band. Those bands have gotten to go out in the community and already start performing at various church events. Our light group has a Valentine's Day party or holiday parties, Christmas parties, and those kids are going to be playing for those kind of events. So in order to do that and make it possible, so we can afford to do that, basically, we're increasing the rates on all 3 of those programs to make them more scalable. And the reason for that is my goal is to switch over to having employees instead of contractors, and that costs a minimum of 10% in the state of Oregon, possibly higher, because we have to pay taxes and things like that to have employees. So if you're currently taking with an apprentice instructor, you're going to see a rate increase that's higher than 5%. And if you're taking group lessons, because we've been piloting that for now 2 years, group piano, group guitar, group voice, we're going to see a higher increase to help us scale that. But it's still far less than private lessons, all right? So our private lessons rates for our master instructors like me and Jacob, if you take from him, and Andrew, is closer to $70 an hour, maybe $80 an hour if they're traveling to your home. But all these group things are going to be based on about $40 an hour. I think the apprentice lessons are going to be $47 to $48 an hour. So you're still $25 to $30 less than if you just signed up anywhere and you paid for just private lessons with us or anybody else. So we think it's still competitive. We want people to try it out, and it's going to be super, super fun. Okay, so let me explain what our new weekly plans are going to be like for this moving forward. Again, these are entirely optional, so minus some of the rate increases and the adjustments to the current products you're on, you can stay on those products. We're just asking that maybe a minimum of, our goal is to get a minimum of 15 to 20 families to try this out, just to trial it. So those types of the weekly plans, we're basically not going to offer weekly private lessons anymore, because I see so much value in adding in the ensemble experience to our learning and to the group learning. We're going to have two types of plans: the 2-in-2 plan, which I think I mentioned earlier, or the 3-in-1 plan. Okay, so you'll pay a flat monthly fee for 2 private lessons, 2 group activities. I went through the whole list of group activities. So each month in our newsletter, if you're signed up for that plan, you're going to get a link that you click on that lets you sign up for any 2 group activities that are going on the whole month at any of our locations, online or in person. And if you're in piano lessons, you can take an art class if you want. If you're in piano lessons, you can take the ukulele jam class. It really is anything. That's what we're calling them, super credits. For if you cancel, you get a super credit. It works the same way. You can just enroll in any of those group activities. That's for, I would say, intermediate to advanced musicians who have already had lessons enough. They've got a lot of skills and they're ready to start using it in more of the group atmosphere, dive deeper into composition and improv and things like that. The other types of plans are going to be 3-in-1 plans, where they take 3 private lessons with our apprentice instructors. A few students might take 3 lessons with Jacob, for example, or Andrew, some combination, and then 1 group activity. So 3 weeks in a row, 3 group piano lessons, and then 1 workshop or performance or any group activity, right? So that's basically it. I'm trying to see. So that's the new products, and they're each gonna have a different price point depending on if you're with an apprentice instructor compared to a master instructor like myself for the private lesson portion. I'm teaching all the group lessons, so that'll all be the same rate. And then the other variable is just the length of your lesson. Some really little kids are probably going to take 30-minute lessons, but most of my lessons on the 2-in-2 plan are going to be 45 or 60 minutes, minimum of 45, because we're not meeting as often for the private portion. And then, by the way, all these group activities are 45 to 60 minutes, so you actually get more time doing music than if you're used to just doing 30 minutes. They're going to be longer, and so you're actually going to get more time. Some of the workshops are going to be 90 minutes to 2 hours also that we offer, especially on that 4th workshop week. So there's going to be, for the band program, a lot of people have come to us since we started the band program that have already had lessons for a while, or maybe they already have a private teacher. So we're going to have plans that are just for band jams only. We already have people enroll like this. We just met a new student a week or 2 ago that just was like, hey, I got these skills, I want to learn to play in a group. Can I just sign up to be in band jams? Yes, you can. So we'll have an unlimited plan, a weekly band jam plan, and a bi-weekly plan that are available also for anybody that doesn't need private lessons, or they're happy with the private teacher maybe they have in their neighborhood, but they want to come to us for band jam. So that's all the new stuff. All right, last part of this. I realize not everybody has seen our space here unless you're taking lessons from me. So quick mini tour, all right? So this is where all the action happens. Let me turn this around. Check it out. Okay, you walk in. There's my lights for the video right there. Okay, this is what we got for band jams and for group piano classes. We have 5 keyboards. I can set up a 6th one in here. We have this little keyboard over here that does all sorts of computer sounds. There's a computer back there. This is for training people on worship arts, running synth sounds, pads, and things like that. A piano setting here for piano players. There's the main speaker. Here's one of our these are our portable keyboards that we take around for group classes. An extra one set up right here. We got a guitar station for electric guitar players. Actually, we can run 2 electric guitar players right here and here. Acoustic guitar player, main drums, If we have 2 drummers show up, we set up these drum pads. They take turns on the big drums and set up and play on these drum pads. Back keyboard, or here's our Nord keyboard to help for worship arts training. Nord has organ, electric piano on it like this, so it's pretty sweet. Every station has a microphone, so we can have kids singing together. This is another acoustic guitar station right here. Here's all of our student-sized, 3/4 size guitars for teaching group lessons in our intro to music classes, and crazy amount of ukuleles stashed away in the corner here, and another grand piano hiding back there. All right, so if you haven't been here, it's totally fun. A lot of this is movable. My goal is to get some of these group activities, especially on workshop week, going at various churches, hopefully closer to some of you, and also maybe in after school or something like that. We did West Hills last year, so I'll be looking to do that. But we're going to launch the program mostly here out of Tigard and online just to get started. So thanks so much for if you made it to the end of the video at this point. Appreciate y'all.